Hello friends, once again welcome back to Nipendo's tutorial channel. Dear friends, today I will discuss on one of the most important topic from class 10's science curriculum. So let's get started today's topic. So my today's topic is human digestive system. Okay, so we know that digestion is a catabolic process. So what is the meaning of catabolic process? First you want to know the meaning of catabolic process. We know that catabolic process is a metabolic pathway, okay, where complex molecules are broken down into simpler ones and releasing energy, and that process is known as catabolic process. So digestion is one of them. Okay, digestion is one kind of catabolic process. So human digestive system consists of two parts. One is a long tubular structure which one is 7 to 8 meter long, known as alimentary canal, and another is digestive glands. Okay, digestive glands that secrete various secretion to aid digestion of a food. So our first part of human digestion is alimentary canal. So we know that alimentary canal extends from mouth, okay, and ends to anus, and it has also different parts. The first portion of the alimentary canal is mouth. Okay, we know that our mouth can consist of tongue and lots of teeth. Okay, and tongue that helps in tasting of food. Okay, and teeth that helps in chewing of food, grinding of food, and cutting of food. Okay, so next to the mouth is pharynx. So we know that pharynx is a funnel shaped structure, okay, and it is also a generally swollen tube like structure. So you also can see the position of the pharynx. Okay, let me mark it, pharynx. So next to the pharynx there is a esophagus is present, esophagus or food pipe. Okay, it is a one kind of muscular tube that transport food from pharynx to the stomach, pharynx to the stomach. Okay, and we also know that the lining of the alimentary canal has muscles, okay, which contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. Okay, these are known as peristaltic movement, and it is also present in a alimentary canal. Okay, and we can see the peristaltic movement in esophagus when food is moved into the stomach. During that time we can see the peristaltic movement. Okay, to the esophagus there is a one structure, it is known as stomach. See the structure of the stomach, you can see the structure of the stomach. Okay, so the stomach is the most distensible portion of the alimentary canal. It is thick muscular J-shaped structure, it is look like a J-shaped structure. Okay, present on the left side of the upper part of the abdominal cavity. So we know that our stomach consists of three parts. Okay, one is the cardiac, number two is the fundus, number three is the pylorus. Okay, these three portion consists of by the stomach. So our stomach serves as a storehouse of food where partial digestion takes place through the secretion of gastric glands. We know that the wall of the stomach there is lots of gastric glands are present, and from the gastric glands the HCl, that means hydrochloric acid, the mucus are secreted, and some kinds of pepsin protein also secreted, not pepsin actually. And we know that the muscular walls of the stomach helps in mixing the food properly with digestive juices. Okay, the exit of food from the stomach is regulated by sphincter muscles. See this, here the sphincter muscle is present. Okay, this is known as pyloric sphincter. Okay, so these are known as pyloric sphincter, which release it in small amounts into the small intestine. Clear? Just after the stomach there is another structure is present, these are known as small intestine. Okay, small intestine. So it is the longest part of the alimentary canal. We know that because it is fitted in a compact space because of extensive coiling. The length of the small intestine depending in all organisms depending upon their food habits. Like see there, herbivores have longer small intestine because they eat grass. So to facilitate cellular digestion, okay, because grass contains cellulose, For cellular digestion, the herbivores needs longer intestine. Okay, but for carnivores, they have shorter small intestine. Why? Because meat is easily digestible. We also know that small intestine is the site of complete digestion, because complete digestion takes place in small intestine. Okay, and secretions from liver, especially bile. Okay, bile which one is secreted from liver, and lots of secretion from pancreas enter the intestine to help the digestion process. We know that the inner lining of the small intestine is numerous finger-like projections. Okay, see the finger-like projection. Lots of finger-like projections are there. See there. See, you can observe lots of finger-like projections are there. If you cut at it longitudinally, you can see the structure of that finger-like projections. Okay, these are known as villi. So see, numerous villis are present there. Why they are present like this? Because this increases the surface area for absorption. Okay, this is the function of the villi, and it is also present in the small intestine. And you must remember that small intestine consists of three parts. Okay, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The next part of the alimentary canal is large intestine. Okay, so although shorter, it is shorter, but it is called large because of its wider in diameter than the small intestine. Okay, its diameter is wider than the small intestine. So you can see there appendix, also a part of large intestine. Next portion of the alimentary canal is rectum. You can see the structure of the rectum. See the structure of the rectum. Okay, so it is the last and broad chamber like structure that that serves to store facial matter temporarily, which one is undigested. Okay, there is undigested matter which one is stored in rectum. Okay, and very next portion of the alimentary canal is anus. Okay, it is the end point of the alimentary canal. See there, it is the end point of the alimentary canal. It is the end portion of the alimentary canal which helps in exit waste materials. This process is regulated by anal sphincter. Here another sphincter is present. It is known as anal sphincter. Now I am going to discuss about the second portion of the human digestive system. That means the digestive glands. Okay, so various glands are associated with alimentary canal serving the process of digestion of food. These are, see, first one is the salivary glands. Okay, so three pairs of salivary glands are present in the oral cavity. So let's see the position of these salivary glands. You can see the structure. Okay, see parotid glands. Just wait. Okay, parotid glands. So these are the gland present just below the external layer in both sides of the oral cavity. Okay, see these are parotid glands. One pair of parotid glands are present. Okay, either side of the external layer. Clear? Next is the sublingual glands. These lie below the tongue. Okay, see sublingual glands. These are present below the tongue on both sides. Clear? That means one pair of sublingual glands are present. Then third type of salivary glands are submaxillary or submandibular glands. Okay, so these lie beneath the lower jaw angles. See this. Okay, these are known as submandibular glands or submaxillary glands, and these lie beneath the lower jaw angles. Okay, what is the function of the salivary glands? We know that salivary glands secrete saliva. Okay, containing an enzyme called salivary amylase or ptyalin. Okay, we know that the function of the ptyalin is convert starch into sugars. Okay, clear? Under optimal pH of 7. Okay, it is due to this salivary glands to our mouth waters when you eat or smell something we like. Okay, now the second type of digestive glands is gastric glands, and we know that these gastric glands are present in the wall of our stomach. Okay, so these glands release, we know that HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay, HCl means hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and mucus. So let's see the functions of each and every digestive juices. Okay, like HCl. What is the function of HCl? HCl or hydrochloric acid kills bacteria, okay, which one is enter our body through the food or other substances, and also makes the medium acidic, because we know that another enzyme, that means pepsin enzyme, is released along with the HCl and mucus in our stomach from the gastric glands. Okay, and that pepsin is doing his work or action only with the presence of acidic medium. That's why the HCl can make that medium acidic, okay, for the action of pepsin enzyme. Next elements of the digestive juice of the gastric glands are pepsin. Okay, so we know that pepsin is one kind of protein digestive enzyme. Okay, so pepsin enzyme helps in digestion or digesting of proteins. Clear? Along with the hydrochloric acid and pepsin, another components of the digestive juice of the gastric glands are the mucus. Okay, so mucus protects the inner lining, not product actually, this mistakes, protect. Okay, mucus protect the inner lining of the stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid under normal conditions. Okay, so it is mistake here, it is protect. Okay, another digestive gland is liver, but it is not a part of alimentary canal, but it takes part in the digestive system. Okay, so liver, so it is known as the largest gland of the body, okay, which secretes bile juice. Clear? And we know that this bile juice acts on the larger fat molecules to form smaller fat molecules, increase the efficiency of enzyme action, and this one is known as emulsified fat. Okay, and the process by which the larger fat molecules are broken down into smaller fat molecules, these are known as emulsification. Okay, clear? And that these fats are known as emulsified fats. Clear? And that bile juice are stored in the gallbladder. Okay, so gallbladder can store the bile juice, and liver can secrete the bile juice. Okay, now another kind of digestive glands are intestinal glands. The wall of the small intestine contain numerous glands that secrete intestinal juices containing amylolytic, proteolytic, and lipolytic enzymes. Okay, amylolytic enzymes means carbohydrate digestive enzyme, proteolytic means protein digestive enzymes, and lipolytic means lipase. Okay, that means fat digestive enzyme, and these also secrete intestinal juice. Okay, so intestinal juice contain amylolytic, proteolytic, and lipolytic enzymes. Clear? The last digestive glands are pancreas. We know that pancreas can secrete also some kinds of digestive juice, that means pancreatic juice, and this pancreatic juice contains trypsin, that means protein digestive, another kind of protein digestive enzyme, pancreatic amylase, carbohydrate digestive enzyme, and lipase. Okay, pancreatic lipase, that means fat digestive enzymes. Okay, so friends, now for your better understanding, I am going to explain the whole process with the help of a flowchart. Okay, so we already discussed that the first portion of the alimentary canal is mouth. Okay, so intake of whole food is taken up by mouth. The second portion is which one is present inside of the mouth is teeth. Okay, you can see the teeth. So what is the function of the teeth? Chewing, grinding of food, these are the function of the teeth. Okay, rolling of food, tasting of food, swelling, secretion, saliva, mucus, these are the part of the tongue. Clear? So see this, salivary amylase is present inside of the saliva, which one is acts on the starch, okay, and convert the starch into sugar. Clear? So these are the part of the mouth, and digestion process also takes place inside of the mouth. That means first digestion process takes place inside the mouth, and which product is first digested, it is starch. Okay, the second part is the esophagus. Here you see where the peristaltic movement takes place. Okay, clear? And what is the function of the esophagus? Taking food from mouth to stomach via esophagus. Okay, that means food is transferred from mouth to stomach through the or via esophagus. Okay, and along with this, the peristaltic movement also takes place in esophagus. The next portion is the stomach. Okay, we already discussed. So stomach contains lots of gastric glands. Okay, secrete gastric juices. See there, and gastric juices contain pepsin, enzymes. Okay, breaks down the proteins. HCl makes the medium acidic and kills the bacteria. Clear? Number 3 is the mucus. Clear? Protect inner lining of the stomach from the hand of HCl, harmful effects of HCl. Clear? It is the function of the mucus. Clear? So these are the things which one is takes place inside of the stomach. Okay, the last one is small intestine. So we know that small intestine receives the secretion of liver and pancreas. Clear? So from liver, what is secreted? Bile. See there, you can see there, bile is secreted. Clear? So what is the function of the bile? Helps in emulsification of fat. What is the meaning of emulsification of fats? That is, larger fat globules are broken down with the help of bile and converted into smaller fat globules. Okay, these are known as emulsified fat, and this process is known as emulsification. Clear? So number 2 is pancreas secretion received by the small intestine. So what is present in pancreas? That means what kind of juices is released from pancreas? It is known as pancreatic juice. Okay, it is known as pancreatic juice. So pancreatic juice contains, one is trypsin, another is lipase. Okay, so trypsin works on proteins and convert it into peptones, and lipase works on fats and convert it into lipids. Clear? Second function of the intestine is that it can secrete the intestinal enzyme. Okay, and that intestinal enzymes convert carbohydrate into glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol, proteins into amino acids. Clear? Third point of the small intestine is that villi. Okay, we know that being villi are also present in the small intestine. Villi also finger-like projections. Okay, helps in the absorption of food into the blood. We already discussed above. Okay, the very last portion is the large intestine. Clear? Absorb excess water from undigested food particles. Okay, and the rest of the materials is removed from the body by the anus. These are the function of the large intestine. Okay, before ending my today's presentation, I am going to figure out some key fact and some key terms. Okay, so you must remember this key fact and key terms. First one is the small intestine is the site of the complete digestion of carbohydrate, proteins and fats. Okay, you must remember this point. Bile is secreted by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Okay, emulsification of fats is conversion of large fat pieces into very fine fat globules. You must remember these key facts. Okay, and you must remember some key terms also. First one is the salivary glands secretes an enzyme called salivary amylase or ptyalin. Clear? It degrades starch into simple sugars. And you must remember the peristaltic movement. Okay, so my dear students and friends, today's presentation ends here. Okay friends, I believe you liked my presentation. For more such valuable content, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Nipendosh Tutorial. Thank you.